look at your left knee and don't let the left knee dip or tip over to the right. Can you lift your outer left hip and roll some weight onto the right side without dropping that left knee inward? And then roll back. Wow, they got it immediately in the yoga studio. So let's do that. Let's do it one more time. Can I lift my outer left hip, which lifts my buttock? I roll to the right. Now, can you feel the weight shift onto the right shoulder? And did your head and your eyes go with? Awesome, everybody. And then just roll back. Bend the right knee and take the left leg long. And most of you are right-handed, so this side will probably be a little bit easier. I would still look, though, at the right knee and lift the buttock, lift the outer hip. Keep the knee relatively quiet as you roll some weight onto the left. Again, now we're kind of noticing head and eyes. What did they do? And then roll back. This time, when you push that right foot down and you begin to lift the outer right hip some, notice if the breath is being held. And as you linger there for a moment, notice how you're on the outer left ankle, you're on the left shoulder, and then just roll all the way back. Kudos to everybody in the studio. Go ahead, everyone, and notice your left heel, the back of the heel. Can you feel like you're going to scrape some of the stickiness off your sticky net mat by dragging the back of your left heel towards your rear end as you bend the knee? So push the back of the heel down. Okay, beautiful. Now from here, well, sorry to keep asking you to open your eyes, but we need to. Just look at the two knees. And this time they get to move. The knees get to tip a little bit to the right. As they tip a little bit to the right, notice how you're on the baby toe of the right foot and you're on the big toe of the left foot. Now take your right hand to your breastbone. Yes. And invite or pull the breastbone more to the right so that you start to get very light on the left side of your body. And then roll back onto your left buttock. Keep the hand on the breastbone because we're going to do this one more time. There's a rock initiated by the push of the feet and the right movement to the right of the knees. Now with the hand, you start to pull the chest a little bit more to the right. And now has the head started to go to the right some? Have the eyes gone right? And then just roll yourself back. And lower the right arm, just pause for a second. Let's shift our knees over to the left. So the two sides always feel a little different. Baby toe side of left foot, big toe side of right. This time, take the hand just above the navel. So below the chest and above the navel. And can you pull the right side of your abdomen to the left? And then go back onto the back. So as you do it one more time, everybody, moving to the left with the knees, using the left hand to pull the body to the right, to the left. Notice what your head and your eyes did. And then just roll all the way back. Take the left hand down to the floor with the palm, both palms now facing up. Close the eyes and roll the head to the right an inch. And then come back. And now head over to the left an inch. It's funny because the head might want to move more, but restrict its movement and then come back. And then let's all roll onto our right side. Now, we need to be a little picky here. We want the legs at a 90-degree angle. So the two knees are stacked on top of each other. The backs of our heels are aligned with the backs of our knees. Excuse me. And some of you might be a little bit more comfortable if you double up your head support. You could definitely use your right arm for your head. Now look down at your left knee. And it should be stacked right on top of your right knee. Now, here's what you can't move. You cannot move your feet. You're going to isolate that left knee and push it an inch or so past the right knee. Awesome. Sometimes the foot will want to move. Now, pull the left knee back so the two knees are stacked on top of each other. Okay, great. Let's do it one more time. Slide the left knee like you're ringing a doorbell, trick or treat, with your left knee, and then slide it back. Awesome. Now take the right arm out in front of you in line with your right shoulder and put your left palm on top of your right. Okay, cool. Now you're not going to let your lower body move at all here. You're just going to slide your left hand past your right hand and see if you can let your head, your nose, your face turn to the right. And then pull the left arm back. Good. And then one more time, slide the left hand past the right hand. Feel how that pulls the weight more toward the right temple. And then come all the way back. Great. Now we're going to marry those two together, the movement of the shoulder and the movement of the hip. So the left knee slides forward. The left hand slides past the right. Awesome. And then you pull both back to the start. Wow, you ladies have it. So do two more, everybody. These tend to feel really good in our bodies. The sliding, yes. And then pulling back. Now, as you do the next one, try to notice, do I hold my breath? Maybe in the coming back part. Yeah, good for y'all. And then just pause. Now from here, we need to move the right leg backward just a little bit so that our left knee can come down to the floor in front of the right knee. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Now, all you're going to do is lift your left foot and your left lower leg. The left knee is going to stay down on the ground. That's it. Go ahead and lift the lower leg, the left one. Yeah, I know, right? And then put that one down. Okay, so we're trying to teach the body, we're trying to show it something. As I lift my lower left leg, feel how the weight pushes down onto the right ribs. Do you ladies feel that? Yeah, good. And then lower that leg. Okay, great. Now slide the two knees back to the 90-degree position. Take the right arm out in front if you moved it. And one more time, as you put your left hand on top of your right, slide the body, the left side of the body forward and then backward. Awesome. Now, can you lift your entire left leg off your right leg? Lift it up into the air. Lift the left arm up toward the ceiling. Now, you're going to be a little playful here, like a little baby. You're going to let the left leg and the left arm pull you onto your back. Like, whee, you're just rolling. Now, keep on rolling over to the left. You'll probably have to adjust where your head is on your little support, everybody. Make sure, be picky here. You want the knees aligned with the hips, the heels aligned with the backs of the knees. The left arm is out in front. We'll get to the right arm in a second. You might have it just in front of your chest for now. So the first thing you do is you say, I'm going to keep my feet pressed together as I slide my right knee forward. And then I'll pull it back. Yes. Now, on this side, ladies in the yoga studio, try not to rock your pelvis. Try to make the movement come exclusively from the knee pushing forward. And then pull the knee toward the pelvis. Yeah. Much better. So slide the knee. We could rock the pelvis. It's just a different movement than we're doing. And then slide it back. Okay, everybody's got it. Great. Now the left hand is stretched out in front. The right hand comes on top. Now resist moving the lower body, everybody. You're just going to slide the right hand forward. You're actually trying to see how much the head turns toward the floor when you do that. And then pull the right hand back. Yeah. And then slide it forward again. How much motion will my head and my neck let happen? And then pull back. Beautiful. So now we're going to practice 3. Knee and arm moving simultaneously and pulling back simultaneously. Wow, y'all have this. Good morning, Court. So you slide, and now because everyone has the movement, you start to say, is there a point where I hold my breath? That's it. So let's see. Yeah, there you go, Rita. Keep the knees together. You got it. So we're finishing up on the third one. Everything's moving forward together. The face is being pulled down onto the left side, and everything's moving back. Yeah, you can move it. Everything's moving back together. Okay, beautiful. So now the left knee needs to move back a little bit, and the right knee needs to come to the floor in front. And then you just say 3 times, I'm gonna lift my lower right leg, and I'm gonna notice how that dumps weight. Keep the knee down, Jen. Yeah. Notice how that dumps weight onto the left side of the pelvis, and then put that foot down. Now, as you lift the foot, because we don't have to lift it, you gotta keep the knee down. As you lift the foot, notice how your right hip lifts up towards your right armpit. Good, and then lower it down. Yes. That movement of the hip's gonna come to play soon. So lift the lower leg, feel how the weight dumps onto the left hip, and it also moves the right hip up towards your armpit. And then lower that down and just stack the legs, everybody, back on top of one another. I think we're gonna stay on this side. And from here, slide. You can do anything you want with your right hand. Slide your right knee up towards your nose and lower your nose down towards your right knee. Yes, now pause here because there's something in the back of your brain saying, this kind of feels like angry cat. And then put the right knee back on top of the left and come back to where we started. Now we're gonna marry the purring cat to this. So knee to nose. My earring is getting caught on the blanket. And then keep the right knee bent and start to push the right leg behind you as you lift your chest and your head. Okay, beautiful. And then drag the right knee and the nose closer together. And then almost like you're kicking your right foot behind you, lifting your chest as you do. So this time, really think about angry cat. So my nose and my knee try to come together. So you have to push your spine backward. And then as I kick that right leg back, my chest looks and lifts up, and my eyes look and lift up toward the ceiling, and then come back and just rest the right leg on top of the left. So it's funny because sometimes we're all really proficient at angry cat, purring cat if we're on all fours. And for a couple of months now, we've been doing them on our backs. And this is a testimony to your progress. Now we start to look at them on our sides. So let's go back to the rolling. Lift up the right leg. We need a little playfulness right now. Take the right arm up and just start to say, I'm going to make the right side, whee, pull me onto my back, and then I'm going to keep going. So that's it. Good for y'all. All the way onto my right side. You'll probably have to adjust the blanket. That's the only downside to what we're doing. All right, brilliant. And so you say, okay, angry cat, purring cat. My legs are at that tight 90-degree angle. I'm going to draw my nose to my knee and my knee to my nose. There's my angry cat. Yes. And then I'll slide that left leg way back behind me and find the purring cat. Beautiful. And then you get a little bit of momentum. You pull the nose and the knee together, and then you slide them apart. Try to keep the knee bent. Try not to change the architecture of the leg. You just slide. Yeah. Now y'all are getting it. And then you slide it back. Awesome. Now, when you come back this time to where we started, just hang out. See if you can feel something, you guys, almost in the brain. Like the brain is like, oh, yeah. It's developing an understanding of the postures on the side. And then take your left arm up, pick up your left leg, and just say, whee, I'm going to come back onto my back. And of course, you'll have to, wiggle around and adjust some. And then either stay with the knees bent or take the legs long. And notice those 4 joints we've just been working with: the right hip, the left shoulder, and the right shoulder. And how does all this feel? Do you feel like you're making more contact with the floor? That would be an amazing thing.